this originally came as a diesel, a Toyota diesel 3B engine, really lazy engine.
Yep.
The owner, equally crazy, something like yourself, decided to stick in a V8 and he wants it automatic. So that's what we're doing. Automatic. So it's from a 1UZ. The half cut is here. So it's from a 1UZ.
So this is a crown.
Crown, that's right.
Right, that's a crown.
It's a crown.
So you took out the V8, you took out the transmission.
And we have made it up to a transfer case from a Land Cruiser. Yeah, so we get back the 4-wheel drive. So because
I don't think it fits, right?
No, that's why we make that's why it's custom job. So we make an adapter plate that fits.
You have to engineer it.
You are engineering to fit. So
and this is a beautiful FJ.
Yeah, it's actually body done up.
Do they even come with?
They don't
pickups?
actually. This was also a custom job.
Oh.
So it was cut, shot, and made here. So they don't actually have a pickup version like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
And this is very short wheelbase. I can see.
Yeah, this is the BJ. So this would be the BJ 14.
Is that the standard wheelbase of an
standard
FJ? Really?
For 40 series.
That's short.
That's short. Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
This is standard wheelbase.
All right. Cool, man. The FJ is monumentally cool.
So this
You are very famous for FJs, right?
Yeah, I mean we do quite a few. We go through quite a few over the year.
And this looks gigantic compared to that.
This was a quite a long project, but yes, all the gears that off-roading guys like. I mean, Volvo axles.
Yep.
14 BT, 60 series gearbox in the four-wheel drive lingo. That would be very epic.
And you added doors.
Yes, we took front doors and we added them to the back because this model is known as the BJ 47.
All right.
So the 47 is a long wheelbase troop carrier.
Yeah.
So it's a troop carrier. What we did was the owner wanted access to the back as well without having to either crawl from the back in or going from the front. So we found doors, which is not easy finding Land Cruiser doors. They are actually not easy to come by. So we had to find two set of doors and fit them at the back and then get the curves.
Man.
Get the curves done and all that.
Man, and this paint you said is a Raptor paint.
Yeah, so it's sort of a cheaper version of Linex. It still gives you that scratch-proof kind of thing, but
very resistant to
crack. It's not bulletproof. Whereas Linex is.
Linex is bulletproof.
Yeah, they have the bulletproof version.
Whoa.
This is a friend's Jeep that broke into a million pieces. Needs to be fixed. It was a very nice Jeep while he was wheeling, but it broke terribly on one of our trips.
Yep.
Okay, so this is one with a 2J in it. 2JZ.
Oh!
Yeah, it's pushing out about, I think, close to 300 wheel.
Okay.
300 wheel. Still has this 4-wheel drive transfer in it.
Man.
So it's 2J. Sounds pretty epic as well.
I saw the go off there.
Yeah, sounds. So this is more standard. Like this one.
Ooh, lovely.
This would be a Hilux Revo, the latest Revo the latest Hilux that they launched.
Yeah.
So the owner is also quite crazy. Yeah, he did it up very quickly.
Yeah.
He went for full set suspension from Australia, Old Man Emu.
Yeah.
Things like that. He brought in double batteries so that we can fix it up. He has a winch. Thinking of a rear winch. Thinking of lockers.
Whoa.
So it's a lot more to be done in this car. So and it's sitting on 33-inch.
Yeah.
33-inch. We prefer. I mean, I know guys with normal cars, they always like to use metrics.
Yeah.
Whereas here, whenever we deal with this kind of cars, we will be like in 33 inches. It be just the diameter.
Yeah.
We measure just by diameter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the difference.
Damn.
What else do we have? We have a few opposite the road as well. So you got a Nissan Patrol, which is very rare.
Oh.
It's very Australian, and the thing is, this is from Japan.
Yeah.
So we managed to get the 4.2 liter with an automatic transmission.
Oh.
In Australia, normally you get the 4.2 but the manual transmission. A Hilux Vigo, the Holder Hilux, converted to front solid axles, so no longer with arms in the front.
Yep.
And then these are the pins.
Your collection?
No, they're not. They're actually customers' ones. One, but sort of one is a donor to the other one. So
Okay.
that's how, when you have older cars, you sort of do that.
Yep.
You sort of buy a vehicle, just become a donor for another vehicle. I mean, I think it's for all classic cars as well. That's how it's restored.
Yep.
We have our regular Rangers. And these guys, this is on 35.
Oh.
So these are 35.
Yep.
That's on 35 as well. Okay. This 35. Someone thought of asking you why not you go on 37, so we lift your vehicle and put it on 37. That's what they were asking.
Next time.
Next time. And then we can go in. This side.
Yeah. Crazy, right? The stuff that they do. And I tell you, off-road, right? So much more expensive than your usual modification, you know. And the fun factor is greater. Yeah.
Never ending.
Yeah. Yeah. We do all their weldings here.
This is a 60 series. Also, very few in Peninsula. There's a lot in Sabah, Sarawak, so very few in Peninsula.
Okay.
I believe I'm one of the only ones that's actually using it for off-roading.
Yep.
So what has been done to it was full leaf springs. It's now
Yep.
converted to coils.
Yep.
Fuel pump has been upgraded. Gearbox. Its internal axles are all done with chrome moly. So chrome moly is basically what we call unbreakable shafts.
Okay.
So, because that's what we need when we are really wheeling hard.
Wow.
So you're looking at, in the axle alone, there's probably worth 10,000 per axle inside the axle.
10,000 per axle.
Excluding the lockers.
Man.
10,000 per axle.
And these actually protect the body,
it
right?
actually worked because I did roll the car once into a river
Yeah.
and I drove it off.
You roll it into a river.
Yeah, and then we still drove off.
Wow.
So the roll cage does work.
So it's both internal and external.
Actually, this isn't. The reason why this looks internal and external is actually it's not. It's just all the way, but then we built a body on top. On top of it. You see? So it's actually, we chopped off this back. So I wanted to bring down the weight of the vehicle.
Yep.
So we actually chopped off. It was a high roof wagon.
Yep.
If you actually look at the original picture, it's a high roof wagon. So after chopping it, pushing back the wheels about 1.5 feet. The wheels were here.
Yeah.
So we pushed it back about 1.5 feet.
Whoa.
Wheelbase, so that's a lot more stable as well.
Yeah.
All in all, I think this car would have at least had about 100 over grand worth of work done to it. That's excluding labor. So
Yeah. And
this is quite epic as well. This is a 3S Beams engine.
look at that from Alteza. We will know the Alteza Beams engine.
Yeah, Beams engine. So this is a Beams engine going in a
chimney.
In a chimney. I think something's gonna break, but not sure what is yet, but I'm sure something's gonna break.
Yep. What do we have there?
At the back, we just have the regular
Yep.
Rocky.
Yep.
2.8 turbo diesel, just lightly done up. Not lightly, I mean it does have lockers and all that, but
The lights look very unique.
yeah, actually they started to, it became a trend, like they have the 7-inch, the ones that you have on your car, they actually have 7-inch that look like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Epic.
So these are headlights and even they all combined in one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. So you need proper.
Check out window. Highly recommend.
Ah. Wow. Shitload to learn for me, but sure looks interesting. Damn. So
These are 36 and 50.
extremely hardcore. Look at that, man. Oh,
4 liter turbo diesel.
man.
4 liter turbo diesel.
Man.
All the Japan vehicles that come, they run 24 volt.
Okay.
So that's the hardest part about working with cars like this. People like
24
to just,
volts.
24 volts.
Oh.
Yeah. So starter, lights, dashboard, aircon system,
Different.
everything 24 volt. So it's sort of like a lorry.
Yeah.
But then it makes it hard on upgrades because a lot of the upgrades are done in Australia and they do it. And Australia is all 12 volt. There's actually no 24 volt vehicles. Japan spec vehicles are 24 volt. So that's what makes it very hard. But you still get it done.
Yep.
We import a lot of stuff.
Epic stuff.
So this is going to be mounted on this car. So it's actually a pull-out canopy.
Oh, he wanted a canopy on his car. Oh, so you can picnic and all
Yeah.
that. Oh.
You can mount it on yours as well. So you gonna go do your car or what?
Yep.
Yeah.
So let me do that again. So earlier on, I kacau Vishant for a stupid. I would call it stupid, but at first I would say stupid because I don't know whether other people will agree with it or not. But everybody began to say, hey, that's quite cool. So it started off. Wait, I don't want to show you my car yet. Okay, it started off like that. So that's my car, and then I use a Note 9, right? So I draw a picture, and Vishant was like, what? And then he sent me this. Yep. Look at it. Oh, look at it. Okay, I'll just say what I know first, then Vishant will say what he did. Okay, I just say that, dude, I want lights on my car, and I want something that looks like a police interceptor push bar. And then he goes like, okay, do you want it to just for looks, or you really want to push other people? I say yes, I want to push some fast lane hoggers. Nah, joking. Then he said, we might need to cut your grill. Then I said, go ahead. And then at the end, when I saw the car, nothing was cut. Nothing. Basically, this whole contraption can be removed without a trace. So this is our taiko here. Alright, so how do you did it?
Okay,
How do you do it?
Thankfully, what we did was we made use of the Audi's front cross member.
Yep.
It's actually very strong pressed aluminium. So
The front cross
the
member
front
in there,
cross
right?
member, yeah, it's aluminium. And if it was steel, it would have been actually a lot easier on us, but it wasn't.
Yep.
So trying to combine steel and aluminium, everyone knows it's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't, and the reason why we went with this kind of steel was because this is actually roll cage tubing.
Yeah.
So it's 3.2 mil thick. It can actually take a beating.
Okay.
So the whole idea was mounting it,
Yep.
and for some reason, it's not just a cross member, it's aluminium.
Yeah.
The frame that goes in is also aluminium.
Yep. Audi uses a lot of aluminium. Yeah.
So I was like, oh wow, that's not helpful at all. So what we did was we fabricated. Basically, each side is held by 4 12.9 grade bolts that
Okay.
go through the cross member.
Yep.
Okay, so that can be bolted on and off.
Yep.
We brought it down.
Yep.
We use SGP piping to actually bend, to have a clean bend inside
Yep.
that just comes out from the protrusion of the grill.
And it comes out from here.
Yeah, it comes out and it clears. And I was so thankful that the tubing
Yeah.
clears. Just barely clears, but it clears this one. And it being a monocoque, so people will say like, oh, the body's going to be moving separately from this one, but it's a monocoque, so everything moves together. That's the beauty about it. If it was on a solid, on a leather frame, then we will have other issues to think about. So that being said, okay, once we have that come out, then we were like, oh, okay, now I have to think about the design that you wanted. You wanted something that followed the V, sort of like a V. You didn't want that straight look.
Yeah.
You didn't want a bar on top.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you didn't want. You knew, but you didn't know what you wanted. So that was like, oh my god. So initially, I thought I would have to like probably come out from the grill, have support and things like that.
Yeah.
But the beauty about using roll cage steel is actually very strong.
Yeah.
We sort of what we did was we made a sleeve that goes in. It goes in about like at least 4 to 5 inches.
Yeah.
And supported by again 2 bolts. So how do you undo this? You basically just unbolt this. This whole thing can be pulled out.
Yeah.
Okay. This whole thing can be pulled out. The inner one is like there's a top cover here. You take out the top cover, you can unbolt it if you want. If you don't, then you just have these 2 pieces sticking out. And the reason why we did it was so that further down the road you can actually have different bars mounted to it. You can have different looks that you
Different crazy shits,
yeah. I mean,
awesome.
I mean that was it, and I'm actually very surprised. The Helas 7-inch looks really good on the car. Everything put aside, the 7-inch actually looks really good on the car,
and it's
it's
very
wired.
bright, right?
Yeah, it is. It's wired to follow the fogs.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could have a separate switch, but you told us to just wire it to follow the fog.
Yep, yep.
So it follows the fog lights.
Yep.
At night, it can be a bit dangerous because actually when you unlock the car, even your fog lights turn on. So they all turn on. So it's really bright.
Nice.
when you unlock the car at
Safe
night.
when I go home.
Yeah, it's like follow me to a whole new level. And I mean, the one more very important thing is this car being a supercharged. We had to make sure we don't block the airflow.
Okay. Oh yeah, it doesn't block the airflow, right?
We had to make sure it doesn't block the airflow. So whatever, even this piece that we mounted here, you think like, oh, it's a big ass light there, but I mean, it's aligned with the cross member.
Yes.
So anyway, there was nothing that it wasn't getting much air to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then down here, remember I was telling you, I thought a plate would look a lot nicer, but we couldn't go for a plate because there's an oil cooler down there.
Yeah,
so
we cannot block air.
cannot block air.
There.
So that was one of the other
Lovely, man.
Yeah, to think
Lovely. So what do you guys think? How does it look?
Whatever you all think, don't tell, just keep quiet.
So yeah. So I'm gonna bring the car to some really dark roads.
Yeah.
And then I'll turn on the lights to let you see the difference it makes, you know, proper lighting. And it's very crucial for 4x4s to have proper lighting because the places that you all go to.
Correct. Almost all vehicles you see here have some sort of auxiliary light mounted to it, like even from that car to this to all
lighting
of it.
Is very important.
And even like these guys, they're actually going off to do some charity work.
Yep.
So he came in with us and he needed lights mounted on the vehicle because they convoy at night.
Oh.
So they definitely need vehicle, and I mean people tend to forget, but in the jungle it's really dark. Like there's nothing to reflect off, so it's really dark.
Yes.
It's not like you say, oh, you don't need that brush. No, you actually do. You really do.
And lighting is important as well.
Yes,
for rallies.
Okay. I mean, like the reason I rolled my car last time was I had no lights. I just built the car. I didn't mount any auxiliary lights. The main lights went off.
Yep.
So I couldn't turn on lights. So my boy was literally holding a torchlight, and that's how we were driving. So I mean, misstep and went rolled off the.
Wow.
So lights are. Trust me, lights are important.
Yes, guys. So, if you're an off-road guy, check out. These lights are really good. All right. So, Oh, one more thing. Vishant, he actually took out the front proximity sensors and mounted here. Look at that. And he did a testing. It doesn't read this. It's perfectly okay. So now I have sensors for my push bar as well.
Yeah.
You are epic, man.
So we actually brought the sensors to the push bar level.
Yep.
So you actually can really tell when you're actually hitting the bar and not hitting the bumper.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's quite epic. I think it's quite epic.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. I'll show you guys the place. I'm at USJ here. This is USJ 4x4 garage for off-road enthusiasts. You guys definitely know him, alright? But for any one of you who wanted to pull off some crazy contraption with your car, you can come and catch out Vishant. Yep. He is very passionate with what he does, and I'm so satisfied with the outcome, and this looks absolutely epic. Alright? So yeah. Thanks, bro. Thank you. Hi guys. This is Vishant, and for those of you who go Borneo Safari, or those who modify 4x4s, you would have known him. And I'm at his shop here. So so I'm not sure if you can see two little contraptions in front of my car. Yeah, the two little things that jut out, but later on I'll show you guys. So I troubled him with a stupid project earlier on.
It started out fun, turned out stupid after a while, but then it came back. At least it turned out pretty alright.
It was so dumb that it became fun.
Yeah, it was.
tradition of front heavy Audis. We added another 8 kilos. 8 kilos was it?
Yeah, 8 kilos without the lights. I'm not sure how much does the Hellas weigh.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm not sure how much.
So that's easily another 10 kilos up front.
I'm pretty sure you're pushing over 10 kilos in the front.
Yeah. I'm the first Audi owner who felt the front isn't heavy enough.
I think you're probably the only one with that as well.
Now I'm not sure if it's placebo effect or what. I just have this thing that I just felt that something's up front.
There is something up front. I don't think
I keep having this feeling now. If I don't look at it, do I feel it?
You won't. I don't think you will ever feel it, seriously.
That's the thing. I sort of felt it's different because we always test cars.
Yeah.
And I.
No, I mean to be fair, it's probably out about 8 inches from the actual bumper.
Yeah.
So we try to make it as close as possible. So
but you know the lever effect. Correct. So from the front.
So that's
axle.
why. Yeah. So that's why I tried to make it as close to the bumper as possible.
I don't think it's placebo effect. I think I felt it.
No lah, I doubt it lah. Come on, no way lah. I don't think you'll feel it. Come on. Yeah.
It's interesting.
You know, people definitely turn their heads and look when they see like this. Sometimes I don't know to feel embarrassed or like we went to a car wash, people stared at it and looked at it like what we're supposed to do. I said no, you just wash the car. You don't need to look at that. Just wash the damn car and then send it back. Yeah.
So I guess the hardest part was when you are trying to help me take care of something that I don't really take care of, right? I was telling you to cut the grill.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing. I mean, you came to me and I was like, oh, but I said we may have to trim the grill, and you were like, yeah, go for it. I'm like, we may have to weld on the cross member. Yeah, why not? I'm like, okay, that's too much. So what I did try to do, although so that part I didn't listen to you. Actually, we tried to make everything removable so you can actually go back stock.
Epic, man.
The next thing we should try to do is, I mean later on we probably show the guys but we should try to get light covers for it. In technical terms it would actually be legal. Like it would be actually legal to have mounted because there was I think there's a height limit for JPJ sets where the lights should be. So this limit is actually within the limit. Yeah. So in the height wise you're there. Okay. The only thing is you're required to cover lights when you're not using them. So that would be, if we can comply with that, then you know, why not? You know. Although I still don't know why we had that in front. It looks quite epic at night, it's quite bright.
So it's not easy at all because we want to mount basically something like a kangaroo bar up front. Push bar.
A nudge. I mean, in our terms, most of the time we call it nudge bar. So it says obviously, so you nudge something. Yeah. But the main issue is you can just, if we just wanted to just mount lights on it, it would be very easy. As in, but the idea was to actually make it functioning. Yeah. So the criteria I gave him is, bro, I want to sit on it. Yeah, I was like, oh.
You know, the day I had a stupid idea, I don't dare to call you.
Yeah. Thank God you didn't.
The day after I came over, right? Yeah. You know what I want?
What?
Because you were telling me the sides, don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do with the sides.
I was thinking of putting like a beer can holder.
You see, luckily he didn't call me, because then I would just ask him to take back the car.
He's like, oh,
but that's actually quite a good idea. I can never say no to a beer holder.
The beer holder up front.
Yeah. While we're at it, we can have the effect of the air cooling the beer as well.
No, imagine I bought 2 cans, right? I put it up front, right? Yeah. Then can I stop? So what's the problem? I'm not drinking, right?
I'm not drinking.
You mean I can carry my beer behind, cannot carry it in front?
Oh, really? There's such a thing, is it?
No. I'm just saying. Ask that guy. You mean I can carry my boot? I cannot carry it in front. Yeah. Only bought 2 cans, man. Yeah,
only 2 cans. It's not drinking and driving, man. It's holding and driving.
Yeah. Yep. So he managed to. What I really admire Vishant is that he looked at my grill, and even though I said, "Hey bro, just cut lah," you know, he was like looking for places to route. You know, in his mind is, I'm just guessing lah. In your mind, right, you're looking at my grill. Yeah. On one hand, you don't want to cut the grill. On the other hand, you are engineering your way out of it to I go turn right?
Yeah, it's turn right.
To not only mount the thing, but you are also thinking that it's removable and interchangeable.
Correct. Yeah, that was the idea. That was the idea. So in case you know, future down the road, you're like, hey, I'm done.
Crazy.
I'm done with 7-inch round lights. You know, I would like an FD bar or something like that.
So later I'll show you guys how he did it, and it's just amazing. These guys are epic. If you have a 4x4, I know he's very busy. His business is so full. I think you should come and see him and just cram up his place. You know, it's just amazing. I really admire you that not only you want it to look good, and you even say things like cannot chincai is not us. Wow, epic, man. Respect, man.
I wouldn't let it leave the shop if it's gonna look half baked.
Epic stuff. So later I'll show you guys. The car drives well. Okay, I think it's placebo effect.
It's definitely a placebo effect.
I don't feel anything now.
Nothing in front. I mean, think about it. It's just like driving a truck. Now you know how it feels.
Yeah.
Full bar in the front.
Alright, let's park it back. And awesome. I'll go down and video this shit. You know, everyone I send the pictures to, I send to industry friends. You know, one guy who does foaming, one guy does sticker and all that. When I send to them, they're all like, what the fuck? One guy said, you're going Dakar rally?
Someone asked me going. They asked me going for Dakar.